Hey guys, welcome to Star Wars on High. Thank you for stopping by. We are back following up on a video I made last week talking about the Sith in the High Republic. If you are not caught up with issue 7 of the High Republic, click away now. So if you're waiting to read that issue or you're going to read them all together when they release in a volume format later on, now is the time to click away. But thank you guys for stopping by. Now for everyone else, if you haven't been caught up, you didn't check out my last week's video, we have been talking about the Sith and the High Republic really since we saw the cover art for issue number 7 of the High Republic Marvel Comics. Now, not only do we see a red lightsaber on the cover early on, but also the variant cover had this Sith named Darth Krall on the cover, a really beautiful variant cover. And so I made the decision last week when I first saw the red lightsaber, when I first saw Darth Krall, I said they're teasing us. It is going to be just some sort of vision or some sort of flashback. But I made the jump. Last week I committed and I said that we are actually going to see the Sith in the High Republic era. And guess what? Yeah, it was just a vision. Everyone was right. I was totally wrong. My bad. So, like everyone expected, it did turn out to be a vision, really caused by Keith's connection to the Drangir when she went with Master Skier kind of into the hive mind to find the progenitor. But I really did still like this issue and what they did. So I expect we'll learn more about Darth Krall in the coming issues. What we kind of learned is some answers from Into the Dark of who put these Sith artifacts really locking the Drangir on that station. And it turns out Darth Krall was part of that process, locking the Drangir in. And even in the vision, he seemed to want to take out, Keith because he thought she was a Drangir threat of some kind. Now, was this just is she actually under attack? Is she actually under threat? Or is she just experiencing memories of the Drangir in part of this connection process? I think that's the case. You can see here there's some conflict, some dueling. I'm going to take this time to say, if you've watched this far, I have liked the art of the new Marvel comic, but I really miss my guy Ario doing the art for these Marvel comics. I thought he knocked it out of the park, and he hasn't been doing the last couple issues. And while the whole team is incredibly talented working on these, I just personally like his style a little better. Would have liked to see his take on Darth Krall. So that little side note there. I think it was still really fun to see the Sith that were around long ago, getting some official canon, older Sith, and seeing kind of their way of using the Force, their way of using the dark side. I think it was still really fun. And hey, we will see the Sith one day in the High Republic era.
The Sith have been extinct for a millennium.
I do not believe the Sith could have returned without us knowing.
Ah, hard to see the dark side is.
I don't buy it. The Sith were doing something. We're going to find out. Of course, they were around. In what capacity, doing what? I hope we get answers. I'm sure they weren't in direct conflict with the Jedi, maybe at a high, very, frequent state, and that's where that line comes from. One thing we have to be careful about in canon in general, and I might get some backlash for this, but I think you need to, I think I will try to explain it the best I can, and hopefully you guys hear me out. Sometimes one line in a movie cannot then define all creative choices. And what I mean by that is, just because there's one line that George Lucas wrote, he might want to reevaluate that, right? I mean, I'm sure there's times he's written stuff and been like, okay, well, I really don't want to be handicapped by that one thing I said. Now with time to think and reflect, I've realized all the ramifications of that, and I could have told better stories, better engaging stories had I just removed that. So I don't get too caught up on lines like that, and it's very possible the Sith just weren't operating in full view of the Jedi. We'll find out. I'm not saying you should just forget everything and ignore every line in canon. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying sometimes one small passing line does not have to dictate the entire lineage and canon aspect of a certain group of characters. Just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think down below. Were you excited to see Darth Krall? Did you know all along and you weren't like me who flip-flopped and ended up just being wrong? But it's sure fun to talk about these things with you guys, so let me know down below. Thank you guys for stopping by. Hope to see you again very soon. We'll have videos throughout the week. So until next time, guys, see you again.